This is lesson 9. When are they the same? Activity 4, printers and ink. And so the question is, when you have a bunch of pages to print, if you print them at home, it's going to cost you $100 to buy a printer, and then it's going to cost you some money for the ink and some money for the paper. So for per page, it's going to cost you 5 more cents per page because you have to buy ink. You also have to buy paper. They don't include that here. Or if you take it to an office store where you can print at an office store, it costs you 25 cents per page to print at an office store. So when are those costs the same? How many pages do you have to print to pay the same amount from home or to pay the same amount at a store? So what does the equation 100 plus 5 cents per page times the number of pages equal 25 cents per page times the number of pages? What does that represent? And the solution to the equation is the number of pages is equal to 500. What does that solution mean? 500 pages, what does that mean? So let's go through and split this out as I have been doing. So we're going to take this equation and split it into two parts. We're going to take the left expression and make that a separate linear equation. So the cost is equal to $100 plus 5 cents per page times the number of pages. So this is y equals mx. So the slope is 5 cents per page plus b, the y-intercept, is $100 because that's the $100 that it costs you to buy the printer. You have to pay $100 no matter how many pages you print. So the y-intercept once again is $100. If you print 0 pages, it still costs you $100 because you bought the printer. So you might as well use it. And this is going up at 5 cents per page. So if you print 100 pages, that goes up $5. Another 100 pages, that goes up another $5. 100 pages up another $5. This is not a proportional relationship because if you double the number of pages, if you go from 100 pages to 200 pages, the cost does not double. The cost in this case is $105. The cost in this case is $110. Well, 110 is not 2 times 105 because you had to buy this printer for $100. So this is not proportional. Whereas if you go to a store and print from a store, that is a proportional relationship. So now we're going to take the right side and take that and write a separate linear equation. So the cost is equal to 25 cents per page times the number of pages. That is a proportional relationship. If you don't go to the store to print any pages, it doesn't cost you any money. But if you print 100 pages, that costs you $25. So this is a slope of 25 hundredths. So for every 100 pages, it costs you $25. 100 pages, another $25. 100 pages, another $25. And that is a proportional relationship. If you double the number of pages, if you go from 100 pages to 200 pages, your cost doubles. So at 100 pages, your cost is $25. At 200 pages, your cost is $50. So this is 25 hundredths. This is 50 over 200, which is the same as 25 hundredths or 25 cents per page. This is 75 over 300. Well, 75 divided by 3 is 25, same as 25 over 100 or 25 hundredths or 25 cents per page. So this is a proportional relationship. This is not a proportional relationship. All right, so how do you figure out the number of pages that has an equal cost? Well, you use this equation right here. This is saying that the cost on this side is for printing at home, and this is saying the cost on this side is printing at the store. So if you set those two costs equal to each other, the same cost to print at home or print at the store, P is going to be the number of pages where that cost is equal. So you solve for P, that's the number of pages that make both of these sides of the equation equal to some value, some number of pages. So set the equations equal to each other, solve for P, the number of pages, when the cost is the same at home and at the store. So let's solve for P. But before we do that, notice you can reason through a little bit of what that number of pages is going to be, because the difference in the beginning is $100. You bought the printer, that cost you $100. You didn't print anything at the store, that cost you $0. So that difference in the beginning is $100. But that difference is being made up or being closed each time by how much is the difference between 25 cents per page and 5 cents per page. So this difference is 20 cents more per page that it costs you. So this gap is being closed at 20 cents per page, or $20 $20 per 100 pages. So this is $25 for 100 pages. This costs you $5 for 100 pages. This is a $5 increase, $25 increase. So this is $20 more for every 100 pages. So it's gaining on this line at $20 per 100 pages, or 20 cents per page. Well, if it's 20 cents per page and I have a cost of 100, every time I take out 20 cents from this difference of 100, that's going to be a page. So how many times can I do that? It's 100 divided by 20 cents. So again, a little bit confusing here. So let's look at these numbers. So set these two equations equal to each other. So here's this $100 difference right there. So $100 difference, and this is the 20 cents difference. It's the slope for printing at the store minus the slope for printing at home. So this is 25 cents per page. This is 5 cents per page. So this is 20 cents more per page. So if I divide this cost of $100 by 20 cents every time I print a page, how many times can I take out 20 cents? That's going to be the number of pages. Well, 100 divided by 20 hundredths. 20 hundredths is the same as 1/5, but let's work with it as 20 hundredths. You multiply by the multiplicative inverse, which is 100 over 20. So 100 times 100 over 20. What's 100 divided by 20? That's 5. So 5 times 100, that's going to tell you or give you the number of pages, which is 500 pages. So think about what that's saying. It's saying that I have $100. How many times can I take out a nickel for $100? I can do that 500 times. That's 5 cents. That's this. Oh, I'm sorry. I said it wrong. How many times can I take out 20 cents out of $100? Well, I can take out 20 cents 5 times for $1. Then you multiply that dollar times $100. That's 500 times I can do that. Sorry about that. So the number of pages is 500. And so what's the cost for 500 pages? Either expression, you can use either expression to figure that out. It's 25 cents per page times 500 pages. 25 cents is the same as 1/4. What's 1/4 of 500? 25 cents, same as 1/4. What's 1/4 of 500? Well, 1/4 of 400 plus 100. 1/4 of 400 is 100. 1/4 of 100 is 25. So this total is $125. You can use the other expression, 100 plus 5 cents per page times 500. 5 cents per page times 500 is 5 hundredths, or 5 over 100 times 500. 500 divided by 100 is 5. 5 times that $5 is $25, plus the $100 for the cost of the printer gets you the same $125. You should really write this out a little bit, but you should practice using either one, go through some of the arithmetic, find different ways to solve that. Different ways to solve. All right, so let's look at these two graphs for a moment. This is going up at $25 for every 100. So you print 100 pages, costs you $25. Another 100 pages costs you 50. So this is going up at 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. Whereas this graph, printing at home, is only going up $5 per page because you've already spent $100 on the printer. So this is 105, 110, 115, 125, and you get to the same cost, $125 at 500 pages. So if you're going to print 500 pages, it doesn't matter where you print it. It's going to cost you $125 to print at home or $125 to print at the store. But if you're going to print more than 500 pages, it's going to cost you less to print at home than it's going to cost you at the store. Because once you go out to, for example, 600 pages, this is going to cost you 10, 20, 30. This is going to cost you $130, whereas to print 600 pages at the store looks like it's going to cost you 130, 40, 50, $150. So it's going to cost you $20 more. You can do that math or do that arithmetic. This should work out to be a $20 difference printing 600 pages at home compared to 600 pages at the store. So you use these two different equations. This is printing at home, 5 cents per page times 600. 6 times 5 is 30. So this is going to be $30 plus that 100, or 25 cents per page times 600. So 1/4 of 600 actually is $150. It costs you $150 compared to $130 if you're going to print 600 pages. So if you're out here, so if you're going to print a lot, then it's cheaper for you to print from home. If you're going to not print so many pages, it's going to be less expensive for you to print at the store.